This is the ultimate guide on growing your glutes and getting the booty of your dreams from home. All the information in this video is based on my own experience on how I took my booty from this to this, all from home, and also based on my experience as a coach, on my education as a trainer, and research that I have done. In this video, we're gonna go over everything from exercises, the best exercises I recommend, how to build that into your workout, how heavy to lift, how often to work out, and then we're gonna talk about nutrition, so eating in a certain way to support your muscle growth and your booty gains, and then we're gonna end with some lifestyle tips. Just really important things to help you get your results and maintain your results. So just listening to this video is not enough. You have enough information in this video to put together your own little program, your own workout plan, but you actually have to put those things that you're learning here into action. Now, if you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed or a little bit like you don't know where to start, if you are looking to build muscle and burn fat, and be a Pilates princess, girl, I have got the program for you. So over the past year or so since I released the 60 Booty Pump program, I've also fallen in love with doing Pilates and with doing HIIT workouts to really help tone up and lean out my body. And we have decided to create a 6-week summer shred program that is going live on my app. Okay, it is 6 weeks of Pilates, of weights, of HIIT cardio. This is probably the most well-rounded and best program I have ever created. So if you want to join in on that, you can head to my app and check it out. I'm trying to get my body wedding ready because I'm getting married in exactly 6 weeks. So it's on, the countdown is on. So before we go into the actual exercises that you're gonna be doing, let's talk about weights. It's important that you pick a weight that really challenges you, especially if your main goal is muscle growth. So the way that I pick my weights is that I try to make sure the weight is heavy enough where I have a hard time reaching 15 reps of an exercise. It's a struggle. Okay, but I can easily reach 10 reps with good form. So if you're finding that it's hard for you to reach 10 reps, that means you need to decrease your weight. If you're finding that reaching 15 reps is too easy, that means you need to increase your weight. So you just need to find the sweet spot that works for you. I recommend starting with 5 pounds if you're an absolute beginner, or starting with 10 pounds if you're more intermediate, and seeing where you go from there. I personally use 2 15-pound pairs, and for me that's more than enough. That's what I used in the Booty Pump program. So let's start off with compound exercises. I'm gonna show you 5 exercises that you are gonna include in every single booty workout. These are key, okay? Compound exercises are called that because they use more than one muscle to work the body. So when you're doing a squat or you're doing a deadlift, you're using many different muscles to do that movement, but these are so amazing for muscle growth and booty growth, and I'm gonna show you my top 5. Starting off with deadlifts, these are so amazing, not just for your glutes, but your whole backside, okay? Your hamstrings, your lower back, it snatches everything. I like to do a stiff leg deadlift because I feel like it gets in the glutes more. So your knees are slightly bent, you're really sitting those hips back and coming back up, driving through the heel. Now there are other variations of this. There's also an assisted leg deadlift. So you put most of your weight on one side, go down to a deadlift, make sure your back stays straight, neck is neutral, drive up through your heel, and back down. This one's really intense because all the weight and the pressure is on one side at a time. Make sure you do the same amount on both sides. Next up, we've got lunges, and I specifically like the stepping back lunges because they hit the glutes more versus the forward step lunges. So you're just gonna step back, make sure most of that weight is in your front leg and that front heel so you really feel it in your glutes. You're gonna go as low as you can with your back leg slightly bent but almost straight. Drive back up. Another variation of this is to stay balancing. This makes sure that your glutes are under tension the whole time. So if you stay in this balanced position, you'll be able to feel in your glutes even doing body weight. And this is also a great glute activation exercise as well. Next up, we have got Bulgarian split squats. These are a killer. These are probably the most effective exercise of all of these for your glutes, but you're gonna need a bench or something to put your foot back up on and get nice and low here, and again, drive through the heels. So you have to remember in all these exercises that your weight is in the heels. You're not rocking your weight forward to your toes, it's in the heels, so we make sure we're hitting glutes. Go nice and slow, and don't forget to breathe as you do this exercise. Next up, we've got step ups. These are amazing for your glutes and your hamstrings as well, specifically for that under booty part of your glutes, but it just kind of lifts your whole backside. So it's very simple. You're just stepping up on the bench. Make sure you're on a sturdy and stable surface and you're driving up through that heel. Don't forget the heel. And finally, we have got sumo squats. These are great for your inner thighs and your glutes as well. You're holding the weight in between. Your toes are pointed outward. You're gonna get low, come back up. This is like a little ballerina move. You can also stay bouncing down at the bottom to really put emphasis on the glutes and the inner thighs. Okay, so now I'm gonna talk to you about glute isolation exercises. These are exercises that really isolate the glute. They're not compound exercises because really your glutes are one of the only muscles working here. These are great exercises for my girls who are quad dominant. That means that in a lot of the compound exercises, you feel your thighs working more than your glutes, and you have a hard time really growing your booty because your thighs tend to grow faster than your glutes. That is also my problem, so I got you. For the glute isolation exercises, you're gonna wanna use ankle weights. So I get these on Amazon. I will link them in the description below. I will also link the dumbbells that I use, but these are a really great way to add resistance. I like them even better than resistance band because they're more versatile with how many exercises you can use them for. And I'm gonna put them on and show you my favorite exercises for the glute isolation ones. Also, you can do the glute isolation exercises as part of your regular workout, or you can do them as a standalone workout on my channel. I do have a few workouts with just ankle weights, as well as on my app. I do have some glute isolation specific workouts that you can do. So these ankle weights are a 20-pound pair. That means that they are 10 pounds each. It doesn't sound like a lot when you think about traditional weightlifting, but because our glutes are isolated and it's the only muscle working, it feels like a lot. Just trust me, okay? You just have to try it. So first up, we have got kickback. So you want to make sure that your upper body is as still as possible in this movement. It's really just coming from your glutes. So the only thing moving is your leg. You're going up and down. You're not overarching your back or rounding your back. You're just staying nice and still and neutral from the hips up. Then we have got donkey kicks. For this one, I like to get on my elbows because it just gives me better range of motion. And you want to make sure your foot is flexed the whole time. It's like you're trying to hit the ceiling with your heel. So you're gonna go up, squeeze, back down. This one is great for the under booty as well. And then we have a bunch of variations of these kickbacks. So we've got these rainbow kicks that you can see here. There's also another one called leg circles, which I'm not showing you here, but there's a lot of variations for this workout. For the next glute isolation exercise, you're gonna be using a dumbbell, and you're putting the dumbbell between your knees here, and we're doing fire hydrants. You can also do this with a resistance band, but with a dumbbell, I have found that you use more of your actual glute, whereas with a resistance band, you're using more of like your TFL and other parts of your leg. So I just feel like it's more controlled with the weight, but you're basically going out to the side, keeping your upper body still, and you're not rocking too much to one side. And finally, for the glute isolation, we have got side kicks. So I like to stand up when I do these, and as you kick up, you're letting the weight rest on the side of your leg and then bringing it back down. This is great for that side booty to really get that round, lifted look. So you are gonna aim to work out 2 to 3 times per week. At least 2 of those workouts should be the compound movements. Now you can either do the compound exercise and finish with 2 to 3 glute isolation exercises, or you can dedicate a whole day out of the week that's just for the glute isolation exercises. So all the exercises I showed you here, you're gonna do 15 to 20 reps, 3 sets on each side, and that's your glute isolation workout. Now, aside from this, it's also important to activate your glutes before your workout. I will be uploading a glute activation routine, what I do to prepare for my booty workout, here on my channel like this week, so be on the lookout for that. But glute activations in the beginning of your workout, it's really good to wake up your glutes and let them know, hey, we're about to work out, so that other muscles in your body don't compensate for your glutes and you get the most growth possible. Usually glute isolation exercises, it's 2 to 3 exercises that are done with just body weight or very light weight, and you're doing the body weight versions of whatever you're gonna do. So maybe squats, maybe some kickbacks, maybe some glute bridges, but just to like wake up the glutes and get them fired up. So now let's move on to the nutrition portion of this video. Okay, so let's talk about nutrition. How you feel your body and what you put into your body is just as important as the kind of workouts that you are doing, especially when it comes to muscle growth. In general, the easiest way to build muscle is to be in a calorie surplus. That means that you consume more calories than you burn. Now, you burn calories even at rest. It's not just exercise calories that we're counting here. If you want, you can use this calorie calculator here. I will link it down below, where you can calculate what your calorie burn is throughout the day, and then you know how much you need to be eating. Now, realistically, I don't expect you to be counting calories. Like, that's not fun to spend your life counting calories. And either way, most nutrition labels are pretty inaccurate. They have a 20% error margin rate, so you're not really gonna have a perfect idea, but it's good to have a ballpark figure so you know whether you're even on the right track. Now let's talk about macros. When it comes to muscle growth, you hear a lot about protein, and while protein is important, All the macros are important. Fats and carbs are equally as important to your muscle growth as protein, and I will talk about why. I'm gonna go macro by macro and break down each one and tell you why it's important, how much you should be consuming, and some great food examples of each. In general, you should aim to get around 30% of your calories from protein, 50% from carbs, and 20% from fats. This will vary from person to person, but this is a great starting point. Again, you're not gonna get these numbers like exactly, but it's just to have an idea-ish of like the portions on your plate and all that good stuff. So let's talk about protein. As someone who's working out intensely with weights and trying to put on muscle, you should be getting anywhere between 0.6 to 0.9 grams of protein per pound of body weight per day. Now that's a big range, so as long as you fall anywhere between that, it's all good, and it's not gonna be perfect every single day, so as long as you aim for that range, it's fine. So as someone who's 120 pounds, you should be aiming for, let's say, 100 grams of protein for that day. Now, a lot of foods we regularly eat have protein, like this box of mac and cheese, even this box of popcorn, this whole grain bar. A lot of these things have protein, so it's not like I'm telling you to go and eat a whole rotisserie chicken every day to get your amount of protein. It's not just lean meats and fish and nuts that have protein. So here's a little list of some of my favorite protein sources. I try to incorporate them almost every single day and throughout my week. I try to eat salmon, for example, at least twice a week. It's also a great source of fats, but we will go over that after. I also eat a lot of dairy. Dairy products have protein. I do supplement with protein powders after my workouts, not every single time, but on days especially where I don't have time to make a very protein-rich meal, or I just feel like I could use that extra boost. I typically make my woman's best protein powder. This is the pina colada flavor, but they have a lot of amazing flavors like chocolate coconut, I love salted caramel. They also have vegan protein, so if you can't have whey protein, that's a great option. This is also a great addition to my morning smoothie, just to give like my mornings a nice little protein boost, and it just makes everything taste better. So you can pack this with like spinach and celery and like all that other yucky green stuff, and it will still taste really good. Usually after my workouts though, I have this by itself with almond milk, and it tastes divine. Now let's talk about carbs. Carbs are so important for muscle building, and if you know me at all, you know that I'm a carb lover. Bring on the carbs, the pasta, the rice. I want it all. Carbs are important for muscle building because they are protein sparing. That means that your body looks to the glycogen stores, which comes from carbs, as a source of energy. And when it can't find that as a source for energy, it starts to break down fat and muscle. So your body will literally eat away at your muscle to use for energy if it doesn't have a good source of energy to take from. Consuming carbs post-workout can help prevent muscle loss and help the recovery. Carbs is basically what gives you energy. It gives you energy to do your workouts. When you have enough carbs in your system, you're able to give your workouts your all and really show up for yourself, which is gonna make such a difference in your gains. A list of carb sources I love, we've got, of course, our fruits and veggies. A lot of people don't even like think about fruits and veggies when they think about carbs. They only think of like rice and pasta, but fruits and veggies are carbs. So when you're having your morning smoothie, you're having carbs, and these are amazing carbs because they're so full of nutrients. And I love eating my veggies cooked. I like eating them raw. And of course we have our grains. So pasta, rice, potatoes. Are potatoes a grain? Oats, noodles, give it to me all. I love it. A potato is a vegetable?
Starchy vegetable.
No fucking way. So when someone says eat your veggies, you can eat a bowl of french fries? Anyway, let's talk about fats. So good fats, which are monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats, they raise your HDL levels. HDL is basically your good cholesterol. And HDL leads to production of growth hormone, which in turn triggers amino acids, which helps with muscle growth and recovery. Amino acids are basically the building blocks of protein, and they are so essential for building and maintaining your muscle. My favorite sources of fat, I already mentioned salmon, because salmon has protein, it's got fats, it's got so many nutrients, omega-3s, I love it. I love olive oil, like I drizzle that shit on everything. I love olive oil. I had already mentioned dairy. Dairy is a great source of protein, but it's also a source of fats. Eggs are a great source of fats, especially if you eat the yolks. I always eat the yolks. Yolks are full of nutrients and so good for you. So I know I threw a lot of information at you now, lots of lists, lots of things to think about. If you want specific examples of what I eat throughout the day to support my muscle growth and support my fitness journey, I do have what I eat in a day videos here on my channel. I have a few for you to pick from where you can see examples of what I eat, and a lot of these do have recipes as well. But something to keep in mind is that your diet should be well-rounded, it should be balanced, it should maintain all three of these macros, and if you just keep those portions in mind when you're building your plate, then you'll be good. You can kind of do like a third, a third, a third on your plate. But I would basically stick to a ratio of 1/3 of like grains, 1/3 of like protein, and 1/3 of some kind of salad or vegetable, something that's really nutrient dense to really fuel your body and your happiness and help you like just live healthier. Okay, so now let's go over a few lifestyle tips, things that are so important. Number one is sleep. You need to be sleeping enough, especially if you're doing intense workouts and building muscle. When you are doing these weighted workouts, what happens is that your muscle basically tears because it's under stress from this weight. And as it tears, it needs time to recover, which is also why taking recovery days is important, okay? But first, let's talk about sleep. You need an adequate amount of sleep. During sleep is when your body produces all these hormones and goes through all these mechanisms to make sure that you are recovering, that your muscles are rebuilding, and it also makes sure that you have enough energy the next day to crush your day and crush your workout. So I would recommend getting at least at a minimum 7 hours of sleep a night. That means no scrolling on TikTok until 3 a.m. when you know you have to be up at 7 or 8 or even 9, okay? Like, sleep is so important. Another thing that's important is rest. So resting enough between working out the same body part. That's why I say that you should do booty workouts 2 to 3 times per week. Anything more than that, you're not giving your muscles enough time to recover. Now, if you're doing body weight workouts or like Pilates and stuff, it's different. But if you're using heavy weights, you absolutely need enough time, enough rest days to recover. Stretching and cooling down after your workouts will also help with soreness, with mobility. Actually, stretching, I want to talk about, is very important for mobility because it allows you to have more range of motion, to go deeper into a lot of the exercises and do them with correct form. So definitely recommend stretching after your workouts or as a standalone routine. I have this great lower body stretching video here on my channel, and I also have a bunch on my workout app. Also on Daily Thrive, at the end of each workout, we do a quick stretch and cool down together. So it's already built into the workout, which is awesome. And my last piece of advice before we part from this video is to make your workout split fit your lifestyle and not the other way around, okay? Like, don't try to change your whole life to fit your workout. Your workout should complement what you value in life, and we all have different responsibilities, whether you're a mom or a student or you work 2 jobs or a business owner, whatever it is that you have juggling in your life. If you can't make it to a workout because of responsibilities or because you're super busy, like, it's not the end of the world. Of course, it's still important that you value yourself enough and you value your health enough to put yourself first, but you just have to make it fit into your lifestyle. So even if that means getting 30 minutes of a workout every single day or 45 minutes 3 times a week, it doesn't matter. As long as you show up, you're consistent, and something is always better than nothing. I want you to remember that. Like, you don't have to spend 2 hours at the gym or 2 hours doing a super intense workout for it to be effective. Just showing up, trying your best, and really pushing yourself in the time that you have is enough. Again, I want to remind you that we do have the summer shred launching on Daily Thrive. The workout split is 6 days a week, 45 minutes a day max. So it's definitely doable, or you can do 3 times a week, 1 hour and a half at a time. I'm gonna have 2 different workout splits for you guys, but you can definitely check it out and just try it for free because you can sign up for a free trial and see what you think about it. But all these ladies have been loving it, as you can see from all these amazing feedback in these comments, and I would love to have you join the Daily Thrive family. Anyway, if this video was helpful to you, please let me know in a comment down below. If you have any specific questions, you want me to make videos about anything else in the future, also let me know below as well. I would love to make that video for you, and stay tuned to my channel for that glute activation routine that will be going up within the next few days, so you can do that before your workouts. All right, guys, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you all at the next video.